Hi everybody, and thank you for taking time out with Twinpossible. Today we're going to talk about something a bit controversial. It's a new Spanish-made toy doll that's out on the market called the Glutton doll. Not quite sure how they pronounce it, but it's raising a lot of eyebrows and maddening some parents. And some parents are cool about it, and others don't quite support the idea of a breastfeeding mimicking doll, where a little girl would get the doll and be able to pretend that she's breastfeeding much like her mommy. Now, there are just a lot of people split on this one, and to tell you the honest truth, I'm about as open-minded as they come. And perhaps if the doll was a Barbie doll with a little baby, and the Barbie was the mommy, and their breast and nipple was covered, and they just pretended like that just to show them how it works, that would be more okay, for lack of a better word at this particular moment in time, to me. But still, I wouldn't buy it, I wouldn't recommend it, I wouldn't promote it, I wouldn't review it. But it's not even that. It's worse than that, because the child themselves, whether it be a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old girl who has this glutton doll, is actually putting it to her own non-existent breast and pretending to breastfeed the baby on her own. Now, breastfeeding is a very natural thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing that, you know, I mean, there's no controversy in that. The benefits to your baby are great. The benefits long-term are amazing. I mean, IQs, allergies, prevention of diseases, the bonding process, it definitely helps in that. And I myself have breastfed before. I think it's wonderful. I couldn't handle the twins. You know, it just was too much to even begin to try. And my 5-year-old would never have, she was jealous enough, would never have been able to handle the jealousy. As it is, 12 months later, we still have our issues. So, she doesn't even know what breastfeeding is. She's never seen it go on. She doesn't know anything about that. And I'm fine with that, because I didn't know anything about it either. I grew up to be an adult, had a child, and learned what it was about. So what's so wrong with that? It's a natural process. Why do they have to practice? Is there a need to practice? The baby latches onto your nipple. It's basically a natural thing. Some people have problems with it, some people don't. But why are we teaching little girls how to mimic such behavior? Now, I get that sometimes you can't prevent hiding something like this from your child, or really don't feel you should have to, because you're breastfeeding a young baby sibling, and that's all well and good. Questions will be raised, and you can't really prevent your child from noticing this at some time. A lot of women will try to cover up as best they can, but the little child will have questions for mom, and mom has to answer them as well as she possibly can, of course. But I think that giving a doll to a child to get to do what mommy's doing, or to teach them anything at such tender ages, is just not cool. I'm on the side that's against it. But then again, I'm saying that, you know, every woman, every person in this world is entitled to their own opinions, right? So I say, if your opinion is you love it and you think it's a great idea, who am I to judge you? Because I can't. I'm just a human being on this planet like you are. And, you know, so if you choose to buy it, that's your call as a parent. But me personally, I wouldn't do it. And, you know, nobody is giving these dolls away, you know, at school, so we don't have to worry about that. So really, it's your money going out buying the doll because you choose to for your child. You know, another concern is maybe a future ramification of possibly, you know, what if your child grows up with this big dream about breastfeeding, has all these childhood memories about playing with this doll and what they want to do and being like mommy and being like, you know, how it was with the baby doll, and then they grow up and they have problems. Their milk supply is low, or they can't, something happens and they can't end up breastfeeding. Are they going to feel badly about themselves? Are they going to feel subpar because of this? Is it going to enhance further disappointment than a usual woman who finds it that they can't breastfeed when they want to breastfeed, that remains unknown. Any future consequences we honestly cannot discuss at this time because it's a brand new doll. They say it's getting great reviews, but perhaps they're talking about in Spain, where perhaps they're also maybe more, you know, okay with a lot of other things. But I don't know. It's really a controversial thing. I'd love you for leaving comments, letting me know what you think about it. I'm just throwing my own opinion out there. And I'm just saying that, you know, I turned out fine waiting till I was an adult. I didn't feel like I'm missing out on anything because I didn't have a doll to practice with or to pretend with and play that. I played mommy, you know, like I had my Cabbage Patch dolls, 9 girls and 1 boy, and some were adopted, some weren't. I had my own fantasy life and a rich one at that, but breastfeeding was never part of it. And so, you know, kids grow up quick enough, so why rush it? And I just feel like, you know, they'll learn on their own like we did, and I don't see the need, quite frankly. But, again, comments, and thank you for watching and taking time out with me, Shelly, from Twinpossible. Take care.